Hello everyone, my name is Maria Fennessy and I'm absolutely delighted to be part of the team at Music Generation Tipperary. Today I'm going to talk to you about the flute. So when you open your case, this is what your instrument looks like. Here you have the head joint, the main body, and this is the foot joint. So before I assemble my instrument, I wash my hands, which I have already done. So I take my head joint and the main body I catch at the neck of the instrument, which is this part here, just like so. And I'm going to insert the head joint into the main body. You might need to give it a little wriggle to get it into position. So I've swapped hands then, still holding it by the neck of the instrument here. And now I'm going to attach the foot joint. Again, I'm holding it at the end here where there are no keys. So again, at an angle, nice and slowly, you might need to give it a little bit of a jiggle again. And there we have our instrument assembled. So on some flutes, there are arrows at the top of the instrument on the head joint and also on the main body. Likewise on the foot joint and also on the lower parts of the main body. And these arrows, or little triangles, help us to line up our instrument correctly. So once you have that done, you're ready to get your hands into position correctly. So your right hand, thumb is tucked under, baby finger is down on the first key there, and the three fingers just kind of hover over the keys. With your left hand, there's a thumb pad at the back. You place your thumb on the bigger one. Then around at the front, you'll see that there's a key here, another one here, so on and so forth. So you skip the first one, index finger down on the second one, skip one, and down again. So these three fingers down, with our baby finger down on our right hand, would be what most people start playing initially, which is the note G. One finger off, we have the note A. Another finger off, and we have the note B. So it is a good idea, if you're learning for the first time, to get used to the weight of the instrument, because that can be a bit of a challenge. It's not something that we're used to, and it can be a little bit tricky to get our fingers and our hands into the correct position when we're learning how to play first. So once we are comfortable with the weight of the instrument and that we have our hands in the correct positions, then we can turn our attention to how to actually place the flute to your mouth in order to play. So this is always a bit of fun. Best part to do is to stretch your arms up as high as you can. And bring the flute down around. Keep an eye on the mouth plate, which is this part here. Just want to make sure I have my hand in the correct position again. And then you bring the flute to your head, not the other way around. So there I have my head joint in position. And they're the first three notes that I had spoken about a few moments ago, the notes G, A and B, in a couple of different variations. Now initially it is difficult to make a sound, but with a little bit of persistence and practice, of course, that usually comes over time. But you have to stick with it and have great enthusiasm, and it all becomes quite normal and easy as you go along, so that eventually it will come with it. You don't need to stretch your arms up to bring your instrument down to find where that comfortable position for the embouchure is. So embouchure is the word that we use for the shape that our mouth makes when we're playing an instrument, and that's what we're correcting when we're bringing the flute to the head to get that embouchure correct and in the correct position. Another good tip is if you're practicing in front of a mirror or if you're doing a video, like what I am here, you can place like this and see if the center of your nose is in line with the center here of the hole on the lip plate. That's usually quite a good tip to try and get those initial couple of lessons lined up for playing those notes. I hope this has been helpful and beneficial to you. I have some more tips along the way.